Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Tobithy. How you doing? This is gonna be part two of What If Deku Was Spider-Man. Again, off the dome, no scripts, no nothing. Hope you're having an enjoyable day, and I hope this story makes it even more enjoyable. Well, let's get on with the video. Woo! We begin the second part off with Deku in a rooftop looking for the man who killed his uncle. He has his phone out, looking out for crime rates in the area. Well, there is some crime, but he's only looking at and profiling a man that's blonde, sharp teeth, and with a spike quirk. And eventually he does hear something on the police radio about a man that just stole some cars, so he immediately goes. And well, it didn't go as planned. He almost killed a man, dropped him off a building, but he instead whipped him up really good, leaving the man stuck up in a building, and the police is hunting the crawler. Or, as the media now calls him, the wall crawler, since it sounds a bit more menacing. And of course, there's a man just yelling in the background, "He's a menace!" and stuff like that. Well, the man had not a spike quirk, he had more of a porcupine quirk, and when he was dealing with him, that's why he almost fell. He activated his quirk on Deku, and well, Deku let go of him while he was threatening him on top of a building. And that got his hoodie all torn up and he needed to replace it. And that's when he thought maybe he needed a costume, something that could hide his identity and also made him look less of a vigilante, more of a hero. I mean, he didn't really care, since remember, this version of Deku really doesn't want to be a real hero. He idolizes heroes, but he wants to be more of a technician and engineer. So he heads back home and starts designing his new suit, making it out of stuff that, well, he can find in his home. He also upgraded his web shooters a bit. Oh, by the way, guys, the Gen 1 web shooters are probably up in screen. I designed them just for fun. And I couldn't really design the second iteration, which go with the new suit. They're much more sleeker and less bulky, so it's a bummer that I couldn't design them, but well, I really wanted to get something out for you guys. Well, I digress. Well, while he was at home designing his costume, he wanted to color it in a way that looked like All Might, because of course, Deku is still an All Might fan. So he goes on the internet and orders paint. He ordered blue paint, red paint, and white paint to honor All Might. When he finally receives the order to color his entire suit, he almost finished it. The paints end up being really wrong. The red one was a wrong shade of red. It was a bit more duller than he wanted. And the blue wasn't blue, it was seafoam blue, almost greenish blue. And there was literally no white paint. Absolutely no white paint. And so Deku had to do with what he had, and he colored it in a really iconic way. His suit design looks like the Spider-Man suit from The Amazing Spider-Man, the first movie. After he finished his suit, Inko had decided that, it was time for Deku to go to school. He had been skipping school a lot since his uncle died, and, he started his vengeance. Inko told him to go to school at least today. And so Deku did. He got his backpack, put his new suit in there. Well, at school, everybody was, had pity eyes. Not from, him being quirkless like always. It's, pity for the loss of his uncle. And this Deku didn't even know how to feel angry or anything like that. As at this point where Baku wants to say something to him, he approaches Izuku and, Bakugo tries to say something like, "Hey, I know your uncle." And before he even finishes his statement, Izuku grabs him by the collar and slams him against the wall and says, "Not now, not today." And Bakugo says, "So now you get a taste of real strength. Huh, now you get to air out your frustrations. Come on, do it, hit me." Hit me if it makes you feel better. Deku let him go and walked away. It's at this point where Mitsuha, the girl that, well, is very fond of Deku for his kookiness and, being smart. Also, she wears that Ossport with him. Well, she starts talking about how he's doing with his uncle, and, well, he replies with something like it's hard, but he's moving through it. And, well, she invites her to dinner someday, and he says, oh, to dinner at your house? Yeah, one of these days. Sure, yes, maybe. I don't know when, I'm really busy, but sure. How about Friday? Oh, Friday, yeah, sounds great. After a couple of hours, school ends, and, well, Deku leaves. And Bakugo wanted to tell him something, to apologize to him. After all the things he did to him, he was kinda shit, and, well, now that he lost his uncle, Deku hasn't been acting like he used to act. But Deku had already taken to the rooftops and he was jumping over buildings. And while he tries on his new suit, he webs links from rooftop to rooftop. Looking very majestic with it, like really cool. And Deku starts hunting, well, the bastard who killed his uncle. As he's on the rooftop, he sees something. Bingo, a man trying to break into a car. The man tries to open the car with an electronic key, but as soon as he enters the car to start it and steal it, he sees a man in a red costume behind him. Hey man, if you're going to steal a car, at least don't dress like you're going to steal a car. You would have looked less suspicious if you came out in a Speedo. The man, obviously, he's like very confused. Who the frick is this guy? He starts to try to open the door, but Deku keeps on closing it with his web. And he opens the window and he just crawls out of there through the window. Deku at this point, he's cracking up because, like, what the heck? Why is this guy doing that? And the man looks inside the car and there's no one in there. He's just like thinking, am I tripping? Did I just hallucinate all that? And that's when he hears crotch! Deku comes in swinging from the right and grabbing this guy, well, with his crotch and, well, throwing him to the ground. And the guy stands up and says, like, who the hell are you? Are you a hero? Yeah, I'm a hero. The guy dressed in colorful skin tights. Yeah, I'm a hero, dude. Well, you're gonna stop your heroing. After that statement, the guy pulls out a switchblade, threatening Spider-Man with it. And, well, Spider-Man looks up at him and goes, oh no, the horror. That's a real blade, right? The guy says, yeah, it's very real. Let me go, man. I never knew that you were on duty today. Oh no, please, I'll let you go, please, just, that's my biggest weakness, sharp things. Nah. This is when Spider-Man just started webbing this dude. He put him up against the wall and started webbing him. The guy started pleading for, like, mercy, but the guy said, please let me go. And Deku just started screwing around with this guy. He just started webbing him up all over the place. Unnecessarily, mind you. And he even went as far as to web his crotch. The man repeated to let him go. It's when Deku got a serious look. Even through the mask you could see it. He went as fast as he could to intimidate him, almost breaking the wall behind this guy, and said, what were you doing this random night? I don't remember what night I said, like, I guess a month ago. And he threatened him, and like the guy said, please, I don't know. Listen, I give you to the count of 3 to tell me, or you're gonna stop breathing. The man says, please, no. I was doing wrong. I'll stop robbing cars. Please, just let me go, man. 1. Please. 2. Wait, please. 3. Deku webs the nostrils of the guy and his mouth, making him unable to breathe. The man started panicking, and Deku started checking, and boom, he found his ID. And well, he also found that his quirk was different. This guy could, well, create spikes, but they just shot at him. The man he was looking couldn't shoot his quirk. Well, look at you, you won the lottery. Give thanks, you're not the guy I'm looking for. At this point, Deku removes the webbing from the guy's nostrils so the guy could breathe. It's at this moment where a cop in a motorcycle shows up and says, "You, hands up!" "Oh, look what we have here, the boys in blue. Look, I'm a big fan, but hey, I caught him for you. I told you to. Your hands in the air, now!" "Really? Me? But I just did half of the work for you. The guy is restrained. What the heck, man?" The cop said, "Vigilantism is a crime. Now put your hands up. Now you're under arrest." Deku looks at him like really pissed off and says, "Like hell I am." And Deku stepped forward and the cop felt threatened. Well, the cop proceeded to fire. Deku dodged all of the shots and jumped over the last shot. He also whipped the weapon of the guy and ripped it off his hands, and well, he started saying, "Really, I do most of your work and then this is how you repay me, shooting at me." And cue, the police started chasing him. He hears sirens and he just books it. Deku starts web swinging because the police is hot on his trail. He starts running and bumping into everything. I mean, he's still not very good at web slinging, and he bumps into all the walls possible, getting a black eye, but I mean, his suit still looks fine, but whatever. Deku's about to escape, but his spider sense goes off, and well, something was about to wrap around his arm, and well, he dodged it in time. And as Deku was about to just ignore that hero with a capture tape, he felt something weird. He started using his web shooters, but they weren't working. They were just pushing gas out. And Deku was about to fall, but he caught himself on a building. And he looked behind him. There was a guy with glowing red eyes, and this is the middle of the night. You can imagine how menacing this is. "Wall crawler, give up. I'm really tired, and I really don't want to deal with the paperwork of sending you to the hospital. So turn yourself in while you still can." Deku was wondering why his powers weren't working, and boom, this guy's Aizawa, Eraserhead. So he was essentially quirkless while he was fighting this guy. Deku was, well, understandably panicking. That's when his spider sense worked. Like, what? He dodged a taser round heading towards his, well, shoulder. And that's when Deku noticed his power to make his web fluid was gone, but not all of his abilities. So that meant he was still strong, fast, and had his spider sense. So Deku right now had two choices: give up, go to jail, or juvie, or just run. Run like there's no tomorrow. So he chose running. Deku ran from rooftop to rooftop using his superior agility. And well, Aizawa was pretty tough as well. I mean, he kept up with them until Aizawa used his capture tape and cornered him in a building that he couldn't, wall crawl, straight out of there. Deku at this moment had to either lock in or get locked off. As he's fighting Eraserhead, he's very lucky that he, well, has sticky fingers. So as Aizawa tries to pull back his capture tape, his scarf, Deku is able to pull on it and basically make Aizawa lose his footing. And that's when Deku grabs his capture tape and basically tries to use it as his own webbing and successfully overpowers Aizawa. Not outskill Aizawa, it's just that his spider sense and his reflexes are so good that Aizawa is no match for this guy. And so Deku with Aizawa's scarf, he just basically just wraps it around Aizawa and makes a really tough nut, and well, Aizawa blinked, and as he blinked, Deku disappeared. Deku was finally able to use his web fluid again, and he was confused. Why wasn't his power to make the web fluid working? I thought his whole powers were at work. What? Well, after that whole debacle and that little hiccup with his powers, Deku heads home and, well, he's in need of, like, some medical attention, but, well, it's not that serious. He just needs to, patch up some stuff, clean some wounds, and, normal stuff. But his mom catches him, and, well, her mom it's still Inca Midoriya, so she's very worried. She asks, where did you get those? Did you get mugged or something? Deku says, no mom, please just go back to sleep. I just got into a fight, I'm sorry. To a fight? You never get into fights. What's going on? Is it something at school or what's going on? Tell me. Izuku just says, I'm sorry, I gotta head to bed. I got a test tomorrow at school, so yeah, I need to rest. Good night, mom. In the morning of the next day, Deku, well, basically is almost healed. So he takes off some of the patches and leaves the ones from, like, the really bad wounds. After that, Izuku heads to school, and, well, at school, Bakugo just doesn't talk to him anymore and bother him. In class, Mitsuha approaches him. Hey, aren't you forgetting something? Deku looks at her confused. No, I don't think so. Today is Friday. Oh, yeah, it's Friday. Don't you have something to do on Friday? No, I don't have anything to do on Friday. Why? Mitsuha says, oh my, you're dunce. You have dinner with you and my family today. Oh, really? I completely forgot. I am so sorry. Do you like Western food? Western food? Who doesn't? Alright then don't be late. It's at 7, alright? Remember, 7. Yeah, sure, I won't forget. After this, Deku goes outside and everybody's talking about the new vigilante. The guy that can swing with a web made out of black energy. And that basically defeated Eraserhead. Deku smiles because, well, some people are finally, like, acknowledging him, even though it's not him directly. But before Deku leaves, Mitsuha runs behind him. Hey, I forgot to give you my address. And so she does, and then she says, oh, and it's apartment 2016, alright? It's 2016, alright? Don't know why I wouldn't give you my address, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, I was wondering how I was gonna get there. Yeah, well, see you there at 7, alright? You didn't forget. Well, Izuku goes back home and, like, to think about what's essentially a date coming up. Well, while Izuku's pondering there, we go back to, well, Oscorp. A man enters Curtis Connor's office and says, when will it be ready, Connor? I told you before, it will be ready when it's ready. You cannot rush such sciences, especially these types of sciences. Then another man walks in. Connors, my friend. Dr. Connors gets really nervous at the entrance of this man. Norman, what are you doing here? Aren't you busy counting the money that you made from the research of other scientists? That's adorable, Connors. Faking you have a spine. Let me tell you something, Connors. Your research is mine. I fund it, and I will make sure that you will never work anywhere else again. Understood? So give me results, or I'll be pulling your funding. And, well, we both know how important this specific research is to you. Get it done or you'll be pulled from the project. And the formula that actually works, that you made out of lizard DNA, well, that belongs to me. Your whole research does. So, think clearly on what your next move is, Connors. I want human trials within a day. If not, well, let's just say that you'll be leaving this company not a complete man. Norman said this, gesturing at Connor's missing arm. Get me results now. Norman leaves and, well, leaves Connor basically seething to his core. Connor goes to the replicator in his lab and synthesizes the formula. He begins to inject it into his system. This causes him to, well, pass out. After he wakes up, he finds that he regrew his arm. That surprised him. He's witnessed a miracle. His arm is back. He has a quirk now. It worked, but something was happening inside of him. He felt it. He didn't feel alright. He had a massive headache. And he had about 20 missed calls and messages from Osborne. Some said, deadline today, end of the day, consider yourself out of the project. And the last one, you're done. Dr. Connors, gets into a call with a receptionist, and she says that Connors has already synthesized the formula himself, and he's on his way to give it to the Veterans Hospital in Mustafa, Japan, making them pass as flu vaccines. This made Connors panic. He had to get there. He had to stop him and, tell them that the human trials were unnecessary. I mean, he didn't want Osborne to catch a, lawsuit. And so Connors takes a cab to, the Veterans Hospital, but he's feeling pain like he has never felt before, maybe a side effect of the serum. But he looks at his arms and they're transforming into a scaly looking thing. The cab driver looks at him and tells him, "Sir, are you under the influence of anything?" Connor just looks at him and says, "Drive." The driver just said, "Okay." And now back with Izuku. Izuku makes it to the apartment where Mitsuka lives, and he had to get their web swinging since he was running late. So he enters through the fire escape ladder, and he knocks on Mitsuka's window, and she says, "What are you doing here? Aren't you gonna say hi to my family or something?" "Yeah, sorry, I was running a bit late." "Oh, yeah, right, here, they're flowers, they're for your mom. Sorry, I had to put them in my backpack." "Oh, they're nice. Do you have your suit there, or are you gonna have dinner dressed like that?" "Dressed like what?" And Izuku's dressed, really casual. As the pair were about to speak a little bit more, teenagers, someone burst into the door. Hiraku Shinosugawa, Mitsuha's father. Deku was surprised, to say the least, but Izuku introduced himself, fairly shyly, like, "Hello, sir, Mr. Shinosaga. I am a friend of your daughter's. I also work with her in Oscorp. We're good friends. Yeah, that's all." "You sure do know how to pick your friends, Mitsuha." Dinner's almost ready. Just came to tell you." "And young man, are you going to wear a suit?" No, sorry, I forgot it. I normally just put it in my backpack." No, that was a lie. Sorry." "It's fine, son. Just, do you like Western food?" "Oh, who doesn't?" In the dinner table, there's a bunch of Western food that is kinda yucky. Most of it is originating from the UK. And by the way, I just find this food really disgusting. This is me, the guy who was telling the story. It's really disgusting. Example, black pudding, haggis, Scottish eggs, mushy peas. I really don't like peas in general. And what else? There's the pork pie. Beans are fine, but they put it on toast, which is not fine. And Marmite, I guess. But the worst one, I think, is blood pudding. It's made out of pork's blood. That's how bad it is. Food rant aside, but that's basically what they have to eat. And he kinda doesn't know how to eat it or what way to eat it. It's not that Izuku doesn't know how to use forks and spoons. I mean, it's kind of easy to use those too. It's just that the food is just so weird to him, like very Western type of food. Mitsuha's mom asked one of Mitsuha's brothers to help Izuku with the food, and that's when they start talking. And the kid, one of the eldest brothers says, "Hey, Dan, have you guys over at the police station apprehended that guy that calls himself the wall crawler?" No, but we're trying. He's sloppy. The heroes are on the case as well, especially Aisawa. That fight really lit a fire under him. Really? Are you guys really close to catching him? We're really close, son, but we'll see. Izuku chimed in and said, "Well, he did capture that, car robber that one time. What do you want to say, son? Speak up." You know, he helped the police. Yeah, and fled from the police later. Listen, son, he wears a mask. Not all heroes wear masks, unless they want their identity to be anonymous. This guy is a thug. I mean, he does fight thugs. I don't think he's a thug, but... So what are you saying? Do you say that this man is a hero? That his vigilante justice is true, or something like that? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, I mean, he gives a service. Oh, so you think he's a hero? Like, what do you think us cops do? Like, we eat donuts while we twiddle our thumbs while the superheroes comes and save us? Well, I'll tell you what, son. These vigilantes are not heroes. Hell, I don't even think heroes are that big of a deal. Mitsuha chimes in, "Hey dad, please stop." Izuku stands up from the dinner table and says, "Sorry, sir, for offending you. I didn't mean to. I will take my leave. Miss Shinosugawa, it was amazing. It was delicious. Sorry, I have to go." Izuku leaves through the door this time, but not after Mitsuko followed behind him, and so she calls out to him, "Hey, what happened back there? What's wrong?" "Sorry, I shouldn't have brought up the spider guy." Spider guy? That's what you're calling him? Everybody calls him the wall crawler. I mean, he does have a spider in his chest, so it was kind of obvious. Anyway, Mitsuha, take care. I'll see you later. Oh, by the way, before you go, Mitsuha grabs Izuku's cheek and, well, she kisses it, and she says, "That's for standing my dad. See ya." Izuku was left gobsmacked, like, what? The girl just kissed him. The girl only kissed his cheek, but whatever. But Izuku felt something at that moment. A tingle behind his back. Like always, but this time, something more urgent. A pain behind his neck. A headache. He wasn't only sensing the danger, but also the emotions behind that intent to kill. Izuku, out of curiosity, leapt into the buildings and started web swinging. When he made it to the commotion, where his spider sense and that other feeling was guiding him, he ended up in a bridge. And in that bridge, there was a monster. What looked like a man with a lizard quirk or a dinosaur quirk, whatever it would be, was tormenting the bridge. Izuku, not thinking, using that heroic drive that was also always within him, he took off his hoodie, revealing his Spider-Man costume. He leapt into action right at the lizard's face. The lizard was attacking civilians. He shouted, "Where is Norman Oscorp? Are these satisfying results, Oscorp? Where are you, coward? I found you, coward." Norman, since he has a split personality and now was stuck at Norman, he couldn't defend himself. He looked at a mirror and said, "Please come out. I can't deal with this on my own. Please, Goblin." The goblin smiled and smirked and said, "You're on your own, Norman." After the goblin said that and laughed at Norman, Norman was panicking. Damn it, what do I do? That maniac isn't coming out. You driver, instead of helping him, he just gets out of the car and books it. No. Someone help me! I'm stuck! A hero, please! The lizard got to his car and started tearing it apart. At this point, Norman was very, very scared. And it's at that point when someone shouts, "Crotch!" And Deku just comes in flying, just throwing punch and left hook and right hook. Izuku says, "Hey lizard guy, calm down. These people did nothing wrong to you." "You get out of my way." Whoa, wait, don't, we can talk about this, alright? The lizard didn't care for this, so he started attacking Izuku, but Izuku kept on dodging him. But the lizard was a little bit stronger than him, so he was able to punch him away. As Izuku landed on top of a car, he hears a cop saying, "Hey, the heroes will be arriving soon here." Finally, I can leave. Wait, that guy's still attacking the other guy. So Deku web swings back towards the lizard to deliver some punches and shouts, "Hey! Splinter called, he wants his turtle back!" And, well, the lizard just shouts, My lizard!" After the lizard shouted that, he starts delivering heavy swipes and slashes towards Deku. And Deku begins to defend and quakes back with like, "Sorry Mr. Gecko, didn't mean to misspecies you. I will tear you limb from limb, Spider!" It's at this point where the lizard actually grabs Spider-Man and slams him on the ground and tells him, "My problem is not with you. It's with that coward Norman." Deku starts thinking, Harry's dad? What does he have to do with any of this? The lizard dashes towards Norman's car and with all its strength flips the car over the bridge and into the water. Deku shouts, "No!" He gets up and runs towards it at top speed and manages to web the back of the car just in time. The lizard then at this starts screeching at Deku, and well, since Deku didn't understand this, he just webbed the web down to the railing so the car wouldn't fall off. The lizard was about to start a fight, but that's when it noticed its hand, it was deteriorating some sort of way. Deku saw this and, well, he was interested. It didn't look like any transformation quirk or something like that. It looked like the tissue was literally decaying off. So the lizard, not wanting to continue the fight, he ran, but in pettiness, he started throwing cars over the side of the bridge so Deku couldn't chase after him. And with no choice, Izuku had to try to save these people. He ran at top speed and web slid after every single car and stopped all of those cars from falling into the ocean. The lizard was still running away and Izuku could still stop him. I mean, at least web him up a little bit so the cops can take him or the heroes. He was about to run, but that's when he heard the call of a father yelling for someone. "Help, please, the hero! My son is stuck!" Izuku couldn't help himself and he just ran towards the man and jumped over the railing towards the dangling car. Once he was on top of the car, he started yelling at the kid, "Hey kid! Hey!" The kid was shouting and screaming, I mean afraid of the heights and the guy that just landed on the car. Izuku starts yelling, Hey, calm down! Hey, look! Mask off. I'm just a normal guy, just like you. Hey, how old are you? Are you in elementary? I'm in my last year of middle school. The kid starts saying, whoa, you're big. So why are you doing hero stuff? You're not that big though. I'm just doing what's right. So, please, let me help you. Come up. I can't. It's too high. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Hey, hey, catch. Yusuke throws his mask at the kid and he tells him to put him on. Come on, put it on. It'll give you strength. Make you stronger, just like me. Alright, that's it. Climb up. You can do it. It's at this moment where the web snaps and Izuku has to catch the car midair. Ugh! Come on, keep climbing. You got this. You just need to put your hands over my shoulder. Come on, keep climbing. The kid starts saying, no, I can't. Yes, you can. You have the mask on. You can do this. Come on. The car catches on fire after this point, and the kid is, well, very scared. Come on, you got this. You're halfway there. Up. Come on. Crawl. The kid manages to almost get so close to Deku. But it was at that moment when the back of the car snapped off and the car went into freefall. It also moved in slow motion. Izuku was witnessing the death of a child. Everything moved in slow motion, but he wasn't allowing it to happen. He couldn't, not again. And so he shot a web towards the chest of the child and caught him just in time. The kid was surprised, but hey, he was alive. It says, what's your hero name? What type of hero are you? Izuku just smiled at the kid and told him, give me back my mask. Izuku pulls the kid back up and takes his mask and he pulls him up towards the railing of the bridge. The father hugged his son tightly and told Izuku, thank you. Thank you so much. I owe you a lot. Who are you? What's your name? Izuku hadn't thought about it. He really didn't want to become a hero in the first place. He was a vigilante, a criminal, but some people needed to know who he was. He was starting to do something. And well, the first thing that came to mind was Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man. Then Izuku ran and started to web swing out of there. Izuku went back home and well, he was pretty badly hurt, but not that bad. But this time he was prudent enough to not go to the house all injured while his mom was waiting there. So he took his time to get back in there. Also, he just went right through his window, so well, we go to Oscorp Industries to see what Norman Oscorp is doing. I really can't believe this. That scamp Curtis Connor was able to create a quirk serum. A way to make quirks. I need that research. But Goblin, he's still working. He punched in today into work and he's still working. He's emptying out his lab, taking the equipment as well. I'll give him that. He is clever, but not as clever as us, Norman. You're right. We'll get this formula and we'll be able to recreate One for All. And once we do, we recreate All for One and betray that bastard. Now you're getting it, Norman. Now back with Deku. Back at school, he's arguing with Mitsuha about some science stuff, and Harry pulls up and says, hey guys, I didn't know you guys hung out or anything like that. Wait, you're the girl who works with him at Oscorp Industries, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Mitsuha says, yeah, that's right, that's me. Oh, so Izuku has been talking about me with his friends, huh? Izuku says, oh, it's nothing like that. It's purely work. And the work we do at Oscorp. Harry looks at this and says, uh-huh, yeah. Alright, guys. I gotta go to class. So, see you guys. Izuku, after school and after all his classes, he goes to Oscorp to ask Dr. Curtis Connor about, well, quirks with, well, reptilian attributes. When he starts talking with Connors, he seems skittish, almost like a person on drugs. And, well, he says, why the sudden interest in pescapology? By the way, guys, I think I got that word wrong. Oh, nothing. It's a science, science paper I'm writing on reptiles. Oh, well, that's great, but right now I'm quite busy. I am emptying my laboratory and moving it elsewhere. So I've got a busy head of me, Midoriya. I'm sorry for not being able to keep you longer, but I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Izuku says, well, that's fine. No, don't worry, Doctor. See you later, Midoriya. We have great things in our future. But Izuku feels a tingle from his spider sense, and he looks further into the lab and he sees a mice partially transform into a reptilian abomination, eating another mice. Izuku was shocked, and so immediately after this visit, he ran towards the police station and started shouting towards the cops and saying that he wanted to see Captain Shinosugawa. And so Captain started, alright, what's all this commotion? Oh, hello, mister. I came to tell you something. The attack yesterday, the lizard. Oh yeah, that dinosaur quirk guy. Yeah, we're dealing with him. We're looking for him. There's no need for your input, son. So, yeah, that's the thing. He's not a dinosaur or a lizard. Maybe he is, but he injected himself with DNA from a lizard and it gave him a quirk. We were working on it and I'm gonna have to stop you there, son. There's no way you can give someone a quirk. But you gotta believe me. This is true. We were working. He lost an arm and he felt bad about it and he wanted to get it back, but there was a miscalculation or something we did wrong, and now he turns into a giant lizard. You guys have to stop him and you have to go in and arrest him or say something. Listen here, son. I don't know why my daughter likes you, but she does. And I really don't know what this is or what vendetta you got against me, but it stops now. Go back to school, or wherever you came from, and don't mix up Mitsuha with your shenanigans. Got it? But Captain Shinogawa, get him out of here. Escort him to his house or something. Izuku begins to get dragged out of the police station and he starts shouting, Captain Shinogawa, I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. Just look him up. Look for Dr. Curtis Connor, please. The captain wasn't buying it, but he asked one of his detectives, hey, Sukoichi, get me everything you can on Dr. Curtis Connor. You really believe him? I mean, you did tell me about a guy that can steal and give quirks. Maybe we got a lead on that. You got it, Captain. And that will be it for today, guys. Sorry, guys, I can't finish the story right now. I'll finish it later on. I want to give you guys more content quicker, so I'm breaking the parts up. This series will probably be really long, so I'll give it like 10 parts, maybe. That is if I am, well, motivated to finish it. Next part, well, spoilers, it's gonna be what if Deku was the Ghost Rider. Guys, get hype for that one. It's not like many other what if YouTubers make. It's completely different. It's gonna be, well, I'm just gonna say it's gonna be fire. No pun intended. Maybe a little. Well, anyway, see you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and well, see you guys later. Bye!